Hello everyone, with another move update. Thievul is now a top meta threat in the Go Battle League, so I thought I'd try it out. It is a Community Day move update, with Icy Wind being the legacy move here. In the first match, it's our Charge Bug up against a Shadow Dragonite. They safe swap into the Hisuian Electro. Now we respond with our Licky Licky. Licky Licky is one of our two safe swaps in this team. The other one being, of course, Thievul, because Charge Bug's in the lead. Anyways, here we were able to fire off that Shadow Ball land, that Body Slam as well to secure the knockout, and in comes my opponent's Thievul. They have their own Thievul. That's pretty interesting. Actually, no. I'm not surprised, because Thievul is now top meta, so they're gonna want to try it out as well. So, Charger Bug, we're gonna no shield this. We can comfortably tank this. Charger Bug is quite tanky. Icy Wind, yeah, that's not gonna do much. I went for that discharge. Why? Just in case they catch onto that Dragonite, of course. And discharge is going to deal quite a bit of damage as well. They're also gonna shield that, so that really didn't matter there. Here, Icy Wind from my opponent's Thievul will connect. We are able to reach the next one, but we will shield this. Now I was gonna go for a farm down, but I think their switch timer is up. I'm gonna switch into Licky Licky, hopefully get the catch. Yes, because Dragonite has banked a move, and that's gonna be that superpower there. So, okay, a bit of lag. Oh no, it's just Thunder Punch. But we have the Icy Wind loaded. We didn't launch it into the Thievul just now. So Icy Wind, that's going to one-shot that Dragonite. In the back, of course, that Thievul is still there, and it's really low. We have a shield, so my opponent will resign the match. Okay, into the next game, Charger Bug into Shadow Dust Noir. This is a Hex Shadow Dust Noir, and so they're actually going to be outpacing us to the move. We are, of course, Licky Licky here. They try to make a catch onto Wigglytuff, and we're already really low, so actually Wigglytuff is gonna be able to knock us out with Charm. But we can send in Charge Bug, like I said, very bulky, so we're gonna be able to tank this Icy Wind fairly comfortably. Wigglytuff is not the most high damage in Pokemon in terms of charged moves. We're gonna shield this though, and I think that was a sneak. That's gonna get that knockout there. We are debuffed, so I'm gonna blind swap into that Thievul. Hopefully it can debuff whatever's in the back. It's a Stunfisk, and that's amazing, especially when we can get the Icy Wind off before they get to throw their move. No, they have the move, they just didn't throw it because they forgot Thievul had Icy Wind, I'm guessing. I don't know, because if I were the Stunfisk, I would have thrown it immediately just to get that extra damage off, like before a debuff. Anyways, here we're gonna shield that. Well, my opponent still has a shield. I'm gonna go for that Night Slash Bait. Night Slash Bait is gonna be successful there, and this move cannot knock out our Thievul, which is amazing. They come back in with the Shadow Dust Noir. We have barely just enough health. 15-15 IVs coming in clutch here. Farm down that Dust Noir, and well, Stunfisk in the back. We have double X Scissor. X Scissor number 1, that's going to get them down to 1 HP. X Scissor number 2, that's going to secure the knockout there. And that's GG. Okay, so going into the next game, that's going to be Charger Bug into Fearow. So this is of course, very dominant matchup for Charger Bug here. I'm going to shield this, and I will go for one more Volt Switch here, get to 2 moves, go for that Discharge. Discharge will likely be no shielded, but I still have an X Scissor for whatever's in the back. Whatever they're about to send out, that's going to be that Dunsparce here. And Dunsparce actually is going to be able to outpace us. X Scissor, that's going to do quite a bit. I'm going to shield up here, because I can reach the next move and get to 2 moves before they can get to the next move. Unfortunately though, I'm not sure if Charge Bug is gonna win CMP, so I'm definitely not gonna risk it here. I am just gonna catch on to Thievul. Thievul gets the catch. That's amazing. Sucker Punch, if they don't switch out, that's going to farm them down. They switch out into the Shadow Swanna. And I'm able to fire off this Icy Wind to land that Icy Wind. That's going to apply that debuff into the Swanna. And, well, they're able to farm us down. But that's absolutely fine. I'm going to send in Licky Licky, our damage sponge here. And we get a rollout sneak, which is amazing. Well, this is gonna hurt, by the way. This is a fly. That's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna throw the move because I know they have Dunsparce. Fully farmed down Dunsparce. Charger Bug comes back in, Volt Switch, knocks out the Swanna, and that's GG. Okay, so going into the next game, we're gonna be leading Charger Bug into a Go-Goat. Go-Goat, of course, does have access to that Rock Slide. That's gonna be that 6-6-5-6 pacing with 8 energy generating moves and 45 energy costing moves. They switch into a Celio trying to catch an X-Scissor, but that's not gonna work out because we overfarmed and we can launch that discharge, get them really low, switch into Licky Licky, and rollouts are gonna do quite a bit. Now this Surf is going to hurt, and I'm not able to get the full farm down without spending a shield. But if I spend that shield just for that full farm down, I have, what is it? Let me do some quick math. 91 energy, I think. And Shadow Ball, I can launch a Shadow Ball into that Go-Go. Actually, 2. First one's gonna grab the shield. Second one, that's gonna do quite a bit of damage here. And if they no shield, that's gonna get them pretty low. Potentially into a Body Slam range. Actually, they are in Body Slam range, but they make a beautiful catch into Jellicent. And, well, Thievul here is just going to absolutely destroy this Jellicent, so my opponent sees that and they resign the match. We're once again leading Charge Bug into another Fearow in the next game, and, well, I guess the Fearow in the other match was just a PvP IV Fearow, because this one can die to 6 full switches, so they switch out, of course. And I'm gonna go for this discharge here into the Blastoise. Blastoise is not an answer to Charge Bug, whatever. And I can throw this discharge on good timing. Still have 1 banked. They're just gonna let it go. Try to go for that sneak. Not able to get that sneak, but that's absolutely fine because I can shield this up and go for the farm down here. I'm gonna exit with 2 discharges loaded. And yep, Fearow comes back in. They have the move now. Of course, we also have that move, but we are always losing CMP to an insanely high attack Fearow there. And I tried to go for that catch and snipe. That didn't work. It's a Primate in the back, but they aren't counter. So, of course, they're really slow. They're not able to really knock out our Licky Licky, so that's kind of a GG. Yeah, of course, they resign the match. Next match, Charger Bug into this Ninetales. Of course, K9 here not being A9, that's good. K9 has a really dominant matchup into Charge Bug. We are, of course, a Bug type. They're a Fire type. So we switch into Thievul. Thievul is going to be able to launch this Night Slash, pressurize the shield potentially. Nope. Okay, but we do get the boost, and we can CMP Night Slash onto that Weather Ball there. And surprisingly, despite Shadow Ninetales actually doing a lot of damage, being one of the highest, not one of the highest attack, but like one of the most, I guess you can say efficient, I'm not sure how to describe it, that has decent damage output. Despite that, actually its attack stat is not that great. So of course we will be winning that CFP. Okay, anyways, opponent here has this Shadow Gallade here that's going to do quite a bit of damage into our Charger Bug. This close combat is definitely gonna hurt quite a bit, but we can actually pretty comfortably hang on. That's absolutely amazing. So this mistake here, I accidentally throw 1 Volt Switch, and that's gonna help me win that game because then my opponent switches into K9 and I switch into my Licky Licky catching that move, and now the Shadow Ball will do huge damage into the Jellicent. Bang, and there's just nothing this poor Jellicent can do here. We already have the discharge loaded on our Charge Bug, so of course That's gonna be a GG. My opponent will resign the match. Okay, into the next game. Terrible lead. Probably one of the worst Pokemon to see while running this team. Diggersby. Okay, we switch into Thievul, but for some odd reason, they're not switching out, which allows me to... Okay, they just catch that Icy Wind onto their Licky Licky. Licky Licky is not the best answer to Thievul, so maybe they're quite weak to Thievul, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, this is a Body Slam. That's gonna kind of hurt quite a bit. That's absolutely fine. We go for this Night Slash. Night Slash, will it be shielded? Probably not. Yeah, doesn't really... It's not like a kind of move to threaten a shield. I'm gonna shield this one up, this Body Slam, and I'm gonna farm down. And I have an Icy Wind now for that Diggersby. That's gonna deal quite a bit of damage. In comes Licky Licky, and yeah, this is not gonna bother us. The Scorching Sands, that doesn't really do that much damage. In comes a Fearow, and I can no shield this. Charge Bug can actually tank a Dropek pretty comfortably here. We're gonna go for that Discharge right before they get to the Dropek, and Discharge will connect. That's amazing. I'm gonna go for one more Volt Switch. Go for this X-Scissor here. They know shield. They're gonna get way too low, and even Charger Bug's Volt Switches can actually knock out. They resigned the match. I think there was no way out of that battle. They would have lost however they played it, honestly. Okay, into the next game. Charge Bug into Tinkaton. Of course they switch out into a Furret. I'm going to tank this Swift here and switch into Thievul. Thievul's gonna be able to resist those Sucker Punches. Of course they might. Yep, they have Brick Break. I think they have Brick Break. Them throwing on 6 just shows me they have Brick Break. I'm gonna overfarm, CMP the Icy Wind to that next Brick Break there. I'm not sure. Are they gonna shield this? No, they're not. And I still have an Icy Wind remaining here. Tinkaton's gonna come back in. I'm gonna throw this Icy Wind. I'm predicting they throw on 10 Fairy Winds because they want to farm up to that double Bulldoze. And they threw on 11 Fairy Winds, but that was a pretty good catch. I got that sneak. That was actually better than than just a normal catch on 10 Fairy Winds. Anyways, here Guzzlord comes in, and this is actually still a very dominant matchup for our Charge Bug. We have a lot of energy, so they're not able to farm us down here either. So we're able to actually fire off this X-Scissor as well, maybe grab that final shield, and I'm gonna send in Thievul. Go for that Icy Wind. We have that Icy Wind banked already, so Icy Wind, that's gonna debuff them, get them really, really low. Honestly, I could have just switched into my Licky Licky here, but that's absolutely fine. Brutal Swing, this will definitely knock out. Thievul, of course, is not the bulkiest of Pokemon, so of course that would kill from that range. Okay, we don't throw that Body Slam, of course, and so we're gonna overfarm. And Shadow Ball is gonna connect. That was a CMP. I'm calling they Bulldoze bait. Do they Bulldoze bait? Yes, they do, and that's a GG. My opponent's gonna resign that match, and yeah, good game. So, okay, Thievul. Well, this buff with Icy Wind is definitely one of the most insane buffs I've seen. Honestly, with the Sucker Punch Unexpected buff a long time ago, surprise buff, Thievul has gone from 0 to hero. Like, quite literally. I remember when it just released, everybody's like, oh, it has like no potential. And then it got Sucker Punch, and then it became rank 100 and something. Now it gets Icy Wind, it's rank 41. And yeah, it's debuffing Pokemon left and right. It's I think it's the best Dark type in Great League now. So yeah, definitely this was an event that was really beneficial to Pokemon Go PvP players, GBL players, and I hope you guys had fun during this event, caught some PvP IVs, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.